Good evening, good afternoon, and good morning to wherever you are, and welcome to the world premiere of my one-act play, Priorities of Genius. The show will begin in approximately 2 minutes, and the play itself runs about 45 minutes. My name is Peter Rogers. I'm an actor, writer, and director. This is a staged reading slash Zoom slash YouTube performance of my original play. This is a first-time test of all of our technology, as if you couldn't tell, and we want to know if it all works. So if you experience any technical glitches during the show, please bear with us as we work out the kinks. We greatly appreciate your feedback on the technical elements of the production. If you're watching this live, you should be able to comment in the chat during the show itself. If you have any questions or comments, the other actors and myself will stay online after the performance and answer any questions you pose in the chat. And now, some quick background about this play. I wrote this play back in 1993 during a playwriting class as part of my master's degree program at Western Washington University. I was supposed to select a single word and then develop a play with that one word as the kernel around which the play was to grow. And I had kind of a vague idea about the sort of play I was going to write. And so I chose the word genius. Before I'd written a single word of dialogue, I decided to look up what the word really meant. So the simple definition of the word led me to about a week's worth of research in the university library, after which I completely chucked out my original idea and let the dialogue just pour out of me in this burst of artistic creativity. My research had turned up all sorts of wonderful facts about supernatural beings and things, and you'll find a lot of that research revealed during this play. This is the first time that this show has ever been performed before an audience. So sit back, get comfortable, and enjoy this evening's world premiere performance of Priorities of Genius. Scene 1, office. Jenny is on the phone.
It's now precisely 2:01 p.m. Pacific Time, Friday, August 6, 1993. I trust everything is in order on your end? Good. My preliminaries have all been taken care of. All that remains for me to do is to open a position for your player. Are you sure you do not want to change your wager? It's not too late, you know. Very well. Let the final stage of the game begin.
Scene 2, office.
Have a seat, Sean.
Thank you, Miss Jasmine.
Call me Jenny, please.
All right, Jenny.
You know, Sean, I thought your presentation was wonderful just now.
Thank you.
Yes, and I really liked your idea for a show featuring dinosaurs. Market opportunities like that must be seized while they can. Children are even more fickle public than adults, you know.
Tell me about it.
Indeed. Can I get you anything?
Huh?
Feel free to ask for anything. My resources are vast.
Well, I'd like some tea if I may.
Your wish is my command. Tell me, Sean, do you enjoy working here at Kelly & Sons?
Oh, yes, very much. This is the only job I've ever had where I actually look forward to getting up and going to work in the morning.
Really? What flavor of tea would you like?
What have you got?
Whatever you desire.
Well, how about apricot? Do you have any?
I just happen to have one bag of apricot tea right here.
That would be wonderful. Thank you.
Not at all. Do you know why I've asked you to stay?
No.
I want to use your idea about the dinosaur kids as basis for our next animated cartoon series. Sugar?
Really? Wow, that's wonderful. Yes, please.
How many lumps do you wish?
2. Bonk, bonk.
Indeed. Cream?
No, thank you. I mean, thank you very much. I can't believe it. This is wonderful. Hey, you're still going to call it BC Babies?
We may have to rework the title just a little bit, but I assure you the concept will remain basically the same. How's your tea?
Oh, it's delicious. Thank you.
Not at all. You're quite welcome. Oh, and Sean?
Hmm?
You're fired.
Scene 3, office. Hey, thanks for taking me out to lunch. I really appreciate it.
No problem, Shen. We just want to make you feel welcome as possible.
So, do you think you have a pretty good feel for the place, the layout of this place?
Yeah, pretty much.
What?
Goosebumps. It seems pretty cold in here after being outside.
That's just the air conditioning. You'll get used to it.
Actually, they keep it kind of warm in here compared to most office buildings around town.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think Miss Jasmine pretty warm.
Even for LA.
Well, I like it.
Cool. Do you have any questions about anything so far?
No, not really, Terry.
Why don't we tell him about the big meeting next Friday?
Good idea.
Part of your job as an executive artistic supervising consulting coordinator here at Hamlin Sons is to present possible series ideas to Miss Jasmine at the biannual new series meeting.
Most animation companies spend a good deal of time working on scripts for their already existing phone shows, which we do. That's what the weekly meetings are for. But here at Kelly and Sons, we spend a lot of time trying to create new shows.
We come out with an average of 4 new cartoon series every year, premiering 2 in the fall and 2 in the spring.
On an average, because this last spring, we only came out with one new show, Dino Dudes.
Have you seen it, Shen?
No, I've been away in England for a while, so I'm kind of out of touch, but I have heard of it.
Oh, that's good.
We have our next biannual new series meeting next. I just you get to work on some ideas to present to Miss Jasmine.
I'll be available this week if you need any help with the specific format.
Oh, thanks, Terry.
Just be careful, dude. Your ideas tend to go over a lot better when they have something among the younger generation, like Dino Dudes. That totally monopolized on the dinosaur fad, and now it's like the #2 cartoon show on TV.
Hey, who thought of that idea anyway?
Wasn't it you, Al?
I don't remember. Could have been.
Brilliant idea, though. Sheer genius.
It was Sean.
Nah, he got fired like the next Monday.
I heard that he actually got fired that Friday, right after the meeting.
Well, it was Miss Jasmine who really incorporated the idea into a feasible storyline. So, she got the credit for it, and she deserved it too. Did you know she never stops working?
I don't think she goes home in weeks. She stays up all night sometimes, working on scripts, keyboards, storyboards, whatever.
She probably lives right here in her office. I mean, she almost never leaves the building.
Yes, she does.
I guess, but she always takes her latest Emmy award with her when she leaves. It's like her good luck charm or something just weird.
You see, Shen, Miss Jasmine has brought Kelly and Sons up from financial ruin to win the Emmy Award for Best Cartoon Series every 8 years running.
Whoa. That's great. But who's this Sean person you were talking about? I don't think I've met him yet.
Oh, he was another executive artistic supervising consultant coordinator like us. Probably got fired because he didn't come up with much at that meeting. Anyway, just remember to have a couple of good ideas ready by next Friday. Okay, Shan?
Okay, but do you mean this Friday or the one next week?
This Friday.
You mean the day after tomorrow?
Yep.
Boy.
You better get to work fast, young man.
Thanks, I will.
You know, Al, I feel kind of sorry for the poor guy, you know. I'd help him out, but I've got my own project I'm working on.
Yeah, me too. It looks like Shan is on his own.
Scene 4, apartment.
Hey, big guy. How did your first day at work go?
That
That good, huh?
Rob, I don't even want to talk about it.
Come on. Shan, I imagine being executive artistic supervising consultant coordinator. That must be tons of fun.
It's not. It's just a fancy title for he who is about to be fired.
What?
If I don't come up with something pretty snazzy or some snazzy idea for a cartoon series by next Friday, I'm toast.
Really?
Yep.
Well, didn't they just hire you?
Oh, I don't think I should be too surprised if I lose my job so soon after getting hired. I mean, it seems par for the course the way my life is going right now.
Am I such a crappy roommate?
It's not that.
Is it the fact that you've been looking for a job for the past 2 months without even so much as a company smiling at you? And now you're about to get fired within 3 days of getting the perfect job?
Yeah, something like that.
Sounds like you need some food. What do you want?
Anything but a sandwich.
One of my world famous sandwiches. Why, Shin, I'd love to make you one for my esteemed guest.
No, that's okay. I'll make my own.
Don't you dare try to make a sandwich while you're a guest in my apartment.
Okay.
I have got sushi, tuna, and peanut butter.
Okay, whatever. I mean, thanks, Rob. I mean, I should really be more appreciative.
That's okay. I know my sandwiches suck, but it's so much fun.
Why don't you learn how to cook?
Why don't you?
Touche.
So what are you going to do
About dinner?
about work?
I have no idea. One of the people at work suggested I find out what sort of toys kids are buying these days and then just write up a cartoon series about it.
Oh, boy. Real creative thinking there.
I don't know. Maybe I'll just flip through the color supplements of the paper and see what they're advertising.
You're going to make a cartoon about a leather-covered furniture, right?
Yeah, ha ha, no. I'm going to look at the Toys R Us catalog or something. Where the hell is today's paper?
Should be on the table there.
Table? What table? All I see is a mound of refuse that most primitive civilizations would consider to be a shrine to the great god of clutter.
Thank you very much, Felix Inger.
Ah, Rob, I'm sorry. I'm such in a lousy mood. It must be the heat.
Nah, I just think you're stressed out.
Oh, why do you say that? Is it because I'm almost totally broke? Or because I've been kicked out of my apartment? Or because I've maxed out all 4 of my credit cards, buying presents and calling overseas to my girlfriend? And then 2 days after I get back, Maria tells me that not only does she no longer love me, she's now planning to marry the tight end for the UCLA Trojans.
Just shut up about Maria, okay? You don't need her anymore.
Yes, Mom.
Mr. Sarcastic.
You know, if this job doesn't work out, not only am I going to have to go on unemployment, I'm also going to have to sell my body to the science lab to pay off my debts.
You know, I don't know why you're so bummed. Isn't your new boss a total babe?
It's Jasmine? Yeah, she's gorgeous.
And single, right?
Yeah, so?
So what's your problem?
The problem is that I'm about to be fired by my gorgeous single boss.
Well, hell, look on the bright side. You could be me.
Yeah, I could be a happy-go-lucky knife salesman who has about 50 women who flock to me at a moment's whim and a total loser for a best friend.
You're not a loser.
I'm not, huh?
Nope. You could be a slob, too, instead of just having to live with one.
I could be dead.
Nah, death sucks. You never get to do anything but just lie around all day being nibbled on by worms. Or if you're cremated, you just kind of go all to pieces. Pun intended. Besides, if you were dead, you could never experience another one of my world famous sandwiches. My sandwiches aren't really all that bad, are they?
Not if you're a starving artist. Gimme.
Here you go. Yeah.
Oh,
You know, I once knew a woman who made the best sandwiches in the entire universe. I mean, without equal, all throughout all space and time.
who was she? I'd like to meet her.
No, you wouldn't know her. We went to high school together.
Oh.
What?
Well, it's this ad for Legos. No one's ever done a cartoon about Legos before, have they?
Not yet. Give it 21 years and 7 months.
Mm-hmm. You know, I think I'm about to have an idea.
Well, let me know before you do. I don't want to get hit with all the mental shrapnel when your brain explodes.
You have to go and watch your television.
Hey, what time is it anyway?
About 8:30.
Whoa, The Simpsons are on. Want to join me?
No, thanks. Maybe later. Scene 5. Conference room.
Mr. Waters, if you would start us off, please. What are your ideas?
My first idea is for a cartoon show featuring a group of young kids who are all aspiring music stars and live in the peaceful rustic town of Country Corner. The show would be called Country Corner Kids. The next slide is of the leader of the gang, Bobby Ray Citrus. He's a tough but lovable young scamp and has the hots for Dottie Partridge, the group's lyricist. This next slide shows the troublemaker of the group, Bart Brooks. He gets them into all sorts of trouble with his schemes of becoming rich and famous, but they always come out on top thanks to the Country Corner Kids' own good luck charm, the magical singing guitar called Rita McGuire. The Corner Kids sing at least one song per show, usually about God or Bible or the Ten Commandments or
Thank
Jesus.
you, Mr. Waters. I believe we get the gist of it. Mr. Neural, what are your ideas?
Okay, so the kids today are like totally into this ecology thing and recycling and junk. So I thought it would be really cool if Kelly and Sons did a show about these twin brothers. And one of them is like a total messy littering dickweed. And his brother is like this total recycling nut. And I've done this preliminary storyboard. Go ahead and pass these around. Okay, so this recycling kid named Jeff wrote this computer program to clean up the world called Program to Help Reduce Environmental Destruction, or as Jeff calls him, P-R-E-D, Fred. And the reason that is Jeff's twin brother who's messing up the world is because, like, I want to show kids that we all contribute to global waste and that the real dickweeds are just like people, but who just aren't into that sort of thing. So every show, the littler dickweed gets a little nicer and a little nicer because Jeff and Fred are like nice to him and junk. And the real selling point here, Jenny, is that Jeff and Fred actually do shit that helps the environment and stuff that kids can do, like writing letters to their congressmen and by picking up litter on their way to school and like getting their parents to start separating the bottles from the glass.
I'm sure we all understand. Mr. Erzad?
I don't have any storyboards or slides or clay sculptures or anything. Sorry. But however, a couple of days ago, so I was going through the newspaper and this ad for a Lego toy set caught my eye. Now, most toys can be played with for a relatively short period of time before the child loses interest. But with Legos, the moment the child becomes bored, he takes it apart and builds something else. Now, I thought, wouldn't it be neat if all toys were that adaptable? I mean, it's got Transformers beat all to hell. So I envisioned a world where everything was made out of Legos. Now, this could only be done through animation. I mean, there's no way a live action show could actually do something as complex. So we expand the children's imaginative horizons that way. And then instead of having only a few major characters who keep reappearing each week after week, we could have all sorts of people. I mean, monsters and vehicles and spaceships and castles, and anything and everything. And whatever moral we wanted to stress on a show or whatever message we wanted to make or whatever we wanted to say could easily fit into this framework. And we could call the show Legoland and would promote the use of imagination and not stifle it. I mean, we could even have a live action kid at the beginning of each show, playing with his Legos. And he'd be sitting there, just finishing building a ship. And then the camera zooms in on the boat or the car or spaceship or whatever he's holding in his hand. And then zoom, we switch to the camera zooms out and the car or the spaceship, whatever he's holding in his hand, is this thing that's racing along a jagged terrain.
Thank you, Mr. Erzad. Gentlemen, thank you all for coming. I will be in touch with each one of you within next week or so. That will be all. Mr. Erzad, if you would please remain a moment, I would like to have a word with you.
Oh boy.
Well, say goodbye to old Shen.
It's too bad. I really like the guy.
Talk about a lame ass idea for a cartoon, though. Legos. Whew. They're so blocky.
Come on, drinks are on me this time.
Have a seat, Shan.
Oh, thank you, Miss Jasmine.
Call me Jenny, please.
Okay.
You know, Shan, I thought your presentation was wonderful just now.
You don't have to say that. I was just blabbing off of the mouth. I'm sorry about that.
Don't be. I pay more attention to the quality of the idea than to the spectacle of the presentation.
Oh,
I thought your idea was a very good one, very marketable. Market opportunities like that must be seized while they can. Children are an even more fickle public than adults, you know. Can I get you anything?
oh, no, that's okay. I'm fine, thanks.
Are you sure? Feel free to ask for anything. My resources are vast.
Oh, no, that's perfectly all right. Thank you.
I must insist that I get you something.
Oh, well, thank you very much, but I'm fine, really. Thank you.
Let me put it in another way, Mr. Arizad. I will get you something, and you will now tell me what it is you wish me to get.
Oh, okay. I guess I'd like this is going to be hard to believe. I think I could really go for one of Rob's sandwiches right now. You don't know Rob. He's my best friend from college, and I'm staying with him right now. And he'd make these really terrible sandwiches. And
here you are.
wow.
Your wish is my command.
Thank you. Huh. Certainly looks like one of Rob's sandwiches. And smells like it too. That's weird.
Tell me, Shan, do you enjoy working here at Kelly & Sons? Good. The reason I ask
Wait a
is
minute.
because...
I'm sorry, but this really is one of Rob's sandwiches.
Indeed.
Yeah, or at least a sandwich that tastes just like one of his. But I mean, that's what you...
Mr. Arizad, do you know why I ask you to stay?
No.
I want to use your idea about Legos as the basis for our next animated cartoon series.
Really? That's great.
We may have to rework the title just a little bit, but I assure you the concept will remain basically the same. How's your sandwich?
Oh, it's amazing, really.
You're quite welcome. Oh, and Shan? You're fired.
Scene 6, apartment.
Where am I? Oh, shit. Fuck. Where am I? Where am I? I'm trying to... Want to talk about it?
No.
Want a drink?
No.
You shouldn't be so hard on yourself, you know. I wish there was something I could do for you.
Why the hell did I go to college? And it seems like my education was a total waste. I mean, what has it gotten me? Nothing.
You had a dream job for a few minutes there.
And all these student loans, I mean, was it worth it?
Is anything?
And college sucked. I mean, Maria was my only social life, and now she's gone. And I spent all of my time studying, and the other students just looked at me all funny.
I don't know about that.
I mean, I would try to explain things to people, and then when they would just look at me like I had no idea what I was talking about, most of my conversations ended with them saying something like, "Oh yeah, right, whatever, Shan."
That's because you're a genius. Most of it was just over their heads. It's ridicule is the burden of genius. For $50, who said that?
Lucky duck, we just watched that episode of Tiny Toon.
Bingo! Give that man a prize.
You're all I've got left, Rob. I mean, all those people I knew in college, I never see them anymore. And that stupid Fulbright, and the only thing that ever did for me was to alienate me from the few friends I had. And Maria.
That was almost a year ago, big guy. Let her go.
I mean, look how much our education has done for us. You're a knife salesman, and me, I just got fired from my dream job after only 3 days. You know, when we were going to school, I thought there was nothing in the world I couldn't do. No, really, I mean, nothing was too much for me. I had grand schemes of becoming rich and famous, making cartoons and having my name up there on the screen with Chuck Jones and Fleischer and Disney and
Graining.
Yeah, and graining. And do you remember when I was working on my final project for that scripting class?
Yeah, Aladdin. Right?
I was all set to do this huge adaptation of Aladdin or the Wonderful Lamp. And a week before the project was due, the professor called me in to say that Disney was releasing their version of exactly the same thing.
Artistic theft. That's what it was.
You remember how many months of research I'd done on that project?
I remember all right.
God damn it.
You know, you probably should have just turned it in anyway.
No, I couldn't do that. I mean, not even for a stupid class project. My ideas have to be original or they mean nothing. I mean, you know, my script was a hell of a lot better than Disney's. I mean, where did they get off putting the story in Arabia? Aladdin was Chinese. Can you believe that? Fucking Chinese and only 3 wishes? What a load of shit. I mean, if you have the lamp, you get as many wishes as you can think of. And a ring? Aladdin had this magic ring that could also had a genie in it. You know, Rob, genie are vengeful bastards. The only way you can control them is if you have that one thing they're attached to, have a geas on, you know, whatever, attached to. The word genius actually comes from them. You know that?
Really?
Oh, yeah. The Romans actually thought that genius was a guardian spirit who was actually assigned to someone at birth, like or a place or a thing, like a lamp or a ring, you know, assigned for all eternity to a ring. Some people thought a genius was one of 2 spirits, one good and one evil, and then they're supposed to have an influence over a person's destiny. And then the plural of genius being genie, capital Genii.
Hey, if Aladdin had 2 genie that hung around with him, I wonder which one was the good genie and which one was the bad one.
You know, I bet I have an evil genie controlling my destiny. I mean, first that stupid Fulbright to study filmmaking in England. I didn't learn a single thing except that Maria doesn't love me. And then Maria left me. And then there was that stupid senior project. And then I get kicked out of my apartment. And then I find a job and then get fired in the same week. I bet I owe more money than the federal government. I want to...
What?
I don't know. I don't know what I want.
Maybe you should do some sketching. That always seems to make you feel better.
No, I don't feel like being artistic right now.
Maybe you're just tired.
No, I'm not tired.
Okay, well, I'm off to bed. I've got 5 appointments tomorrow and I need my beauty sleep.
Okay. I think I'll watch a little TV.
Oh, hey, you should check out my tape of favorite tunes. It's always good for a laugh. Just keep the volume down, okay?
Okay. Hey, Rob, where's the remote for the VCR?
It's under the coffee table.
Thanks. Fave tunes, huh? Well, Rob, let's see what tunes are your faves. All right. What the hell's this? Why is it frozen? Oh, frame advance. But I didn't hit. What the? Wait a minute. Pause. Okay, go back and. Holy shit! Think Shazman?
Hey, what you watching?
Take the toothbrush out of your mouth and look at this.
What?
Look at the writing that's superimposed over the cartoon.
Think Shazman. So, what is this?
This is your favorite tunes tape.
What? Really? Oh, wait a sec.
Yeah, I just put the tape in and I saw this still from Kelly and Sons Dino Dudes, and then I tried to get the tape to play, but I hit the frame advance instead, and this popped up for a second. Think Shazman.
Oh, hey, Shazman. Isn't she your boss?
Ex-boss, yeah.
Why the hell would she put Think Shazman over one of her cartoons?
Yeah, I don't know. See if there are any more messages on the tape here. Let's see. Advance, 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 advance.
Nothing.
Yeah, well, wait a minute. Advance, 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 advance. Wait,
What?
wait, what was that?
What, hey, yeah, what was that? Back up. I want to see.
Ah, stupid machine. Hang on.
It was on sale.
Ah, I know, man. If I weren't looking for it, we'd never have found it.
Oh, maybe that's the point.
Hey, there's another one. Shazman equals genius?
Well, maybe she's trying to get people to think that she's really smart. Think Shazman and Shazman equals genius. It fits. Now the only question is why.
No, it doesn't fit.
Look, take the machine off pause because you're going to wreck the heads, okay?
All right.
Huh.
Hey, Rob, did you know that people at the office say Miss Shazman never sleeps?
No, you never told me that.
And she never leaves the office without her Emmy Award. Jasmine equals genius, capital G.
You're wigging out, Shin.
I have to go to the office.
What? Are you nuts? It's nearly 1 a.m. And besides, you got fired today, remember?
I've got a hunch.
You got brain damage from the heat and the stress.
Yeah, right. Haha. Yeah, look, I'm going to have a little chat with Miss Jenny Shasman, okay? Don't wait up.
Okay.
Scene 7, office.
It's awfully late. Is there something I can do for you, Mr. Erzad?
Yes, I think there is.
Have a seat, Mr.
Oh,
Erzad.
no, thanks. I was wondering, I've never seen an Emmy Award up close before. Mind if I have a look at it, Miss Shasman?
Not at all.
Thank you. It's heavier than it looks. So, why did you put secret hidden messages in the Dino Dudes cartoon?
I'm afraid I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, yes, you do. I was watching Dino Dudes cartoon, and I most definitely saw a hidden message appear on the screen. It was only there for about a frame, but it was there all right.
And what exactly was the alleged hidden message?
Well, there were two. One said, think Shasman, and the other one said, Shasman equals genius, capital G.
I'm sorry if you think you saw any of sort of hidden messages in our cartoons, but let me assure you, Mr. Erzad, Kelly & Sons does not practice that sort of activity.
You know, I have a theory, Miss Shasman. Do you want to hear it? Everyone sleeps. At some point or another, everyone gets tired, and they go home from work, but not you. The only time you leave the office is to go out for a power lunch with some top executive from another company. And then, when you do leave, you take this award with you. Maybe you're just eccentric, but I don't think so. You are too cool and composed the rest of the time. And no one, I don't care how talented you are, no one can take a company overnight from chapter 11 to winning the award for best cartoon series 8 years in a row.
That is a very interesting way of paying someone a compliment, but I will accept it.
Well, here's the real clincher for me, was the sandwich. Nobody can make a sandwich that tastes as god-awful as Rob's, but you did, without ever having tasted one to know just how to make it so badly. I mean, hell, I don't even know, and he's my best friend. So this is my theory. Shasman equals genius, capital G. Or should I say Shasman equals genie? I'm willing to bet that you're a genius, Miss Shasman, and that so long as you have control of this Emmy, no one can do a thing to stop you from doing whatever you want to do. But now I have the award, and I know what you are.
Do you?
All right. I command thee in the name of this award to do my every command.
Oh, Mr. Arizona, you're very foolish.
I command thee to give me $1,000.
No.
But I have the oh man, I feel stupid.
Not at all, Mr. Erzad. In fact, I rather admire your courage. Most people, if they knew anything about Genie, would not have dared to confront me on my own turf. You really should feel quite proud of yourself. Not in the past 218 years has anyone come so close to guessing my true nature.
Then you are...
Yes, Mr. Erzad, I am a genie, capital G. The reason you cannot control me is because there is a far more complex spell at work here than you could have possibly imagined. Please allow me to tell your story, Mr. Erzad. But first, a little privacy. I cannot allow anyone to overhear the tale I'm about to tell you. Oh, don't bother getting up. I'll get the door and the windows.
Holy shit.
Now, where to begin? Oh, such a long story, but I will keep it short. A little over 8 years ago, I made a deal that whoever won the award for Best Cartoon Series on television would have control over me and my services. Since I was not excluded from that contest, I have made absolutely certain that I was the only one to win that award. To that end, I rescued this company from certain financial ruin and brought it to the peak of production. If I hear of anyone having a good idea for a new cartoon series, I promptly acquire that idea and fire the person in question. They're usually too stunned or submissive to do anything about it. Those who do wind up conveniently deceased. Everything was going along smoothly until you came along and guessed my plan to conquer the world.
What?
Oh, yes, you didn't know exactly what Think Shazman meant, but be assured in time you would have guessed my plan.
So what is
My plan?
your-
Certainly, Mr. Erzad, there's no harm in telling you. It's quite simple, really. Subliminals. You humans do tend to be so suggestible. Subliminals are illegal, of course, and there are people looking out for them. But those people are, after all, only human, and I'm a genius.
But
How is a subliminal like Think Shazman going to allow me to conquer the world? Had you continued to watch the cartoon very, and I do mean very carefully, you would have noticed other messages. You need not know the content of those messages. What is important is that children watch these cartoons. These children then grow up and become the adult leaders of the world. And I don't mean just political figures. Oh, no. I mean, they become parents and teachers and ministers and community leaders and, yes, even politicians. They become the leaders in the world, leaders who have but one true doctrine, mine. They will think whatever I want them to think because I will have told them to do so subconsciously when they were very young, impressionable children. You see, as well as being extremely long-lived, we Genie are also very patient.
well,
It has been lovely chatting with you, Mr. Erizad, but I'm afraid I'm going to have to kill you now.
what?
You honestly don't think I can let you live after having told you all that, now do you?
But I mean,
No, I am very sorry, Mr. Erizad, but it's time for you to perish now.
wait a minute. Wait, just a second. I mean, you said you made a deal with someone about the Emmy Award, right?
That's correct.
Okay, so how about making a deal with me?
You're not in a position to negotiate a deal.
Okay, how about a bet? You bet me I can't do something, and then if I can, I get to live? Okay.
Intriguing. It has its possibilities.
Really? I mean, yes, it does, doesn't it?
I'm fond of the odd wager, Mr. Erizad. Yours sounds amusing to me.
Great. But you can't ask me to do anything impossible. I mean, it has to be a fair bet.
Why does it have to be a fair bet? Mr. Erzad, may I remind you that there's nothing fair about any facet of existence.
Please, can't you, please?
Oh, you are amusing. Well, very well, Mr. Erzad. We will make a little wager. I will ask you to do something for me that is not entirely impossible. If you succeed, I will spare you your life. If you fail, your life will be forfeit. Agreed?
Do I have a choice?
I could simply kill you now if you prefer.
Oh, no, that's okay. I'll take the bet.
Excellent. The conditions of the wager are as follows. You are to return here within 2 hours with a woman possessing beauty far surpassing mine.
But that's
Not entirely impossible.
Scene 8, apartment. Whoa, what the?
Oh, Shin, I didn't hear you come in. Oh, I wasn't going to wait up, but I started watching Dino Dudes. So how'd it go?
Hang on, Rob. I'm a little disoriented here.
Well, you ought to be. It's 2 a.m.
Holy shit, Rob, you've got to help me. You are not going to believe this. I mean, hell, I don't even believe this. Shit, Rob, I have to find a woman more beautiful than Miss Jasmine or I'm history.
Miss Shazman, she's a babe, isn't she?
Yeah, she is.
Why do you have to find somebody more beautiful than her?
It's a long story. I don't have time for it right now. Suffice it to say, Miss Jasmine is a genie, genie, and she's trying to take over the world, and she wants to kill me unless I can find a woman who's more beautiful than her.
Okay, Shin, you are really tweaking out. Why don't you get some sleep? You'll feel better in the morning.
Rob, you fucking asshole. I haven't got time to sleep right now. I'm this close to dying right now, and I don't need any of your flipping bullshit. I've got to think.
Come on, Shin. You're just a little emotionally distraught right now. Why don't you...
Rob, I don't want to die. Death sucks. I mean, it would really suck. I mean, I can't. Shit.
Look, Shin, you're not gonna die, okay?
Oh, shit. Rob, what do I... Shit.
Listen. Sit down. Relax for a second, okay? Come on, sit down. That's right. Now, just take it easy. I'll go make you one of my world famous sandwiches, all right? I've got grape jelly and radishes.
Rob, I just don't know what to do.
Hey, Shin, why don't you do one of your sketches for me? I know it's late, but that always seems to calm you down.
Wait a minute, Rob. That's it.
What is?
Sketches, I mean, where's my sketchbook? I've got fun. Now we're going to see who's more beautiful.
What are you doing?
I'm taking your advice. I'm doing one of my sketches, but this isn't for you. Scene 9, office.
Hello, Mr. Erzad. Right on time, I see.
Hello.
Have a seat. I trust you've spent a productive 2 hours.
You could say that.
Well, where is she?
Her name is Zobid, and she is right here with me.
Where? I don't see anyone with you.
She's in my sketchbook.
Let me see.
Flip the pages back and forth, like a flip book. Beautiful, isn't she? At first I thought it would be impossible to find a woman more beautiful than you. And you know what? I think I was right. It is impossible to find a living, breathing person more beautiful than you, Jenny. By the way, I don't really mean that as a compliment, but it is, however, possible to draw an animated woman more beautiful than you because she doesn't really have to exist. She merely exists in the minds of those who look at her. That's the power of animation, you see, to use line and form and suggestive shading to create things that are strictly impossible and to bring them to life in your mind's eye. Zobid exists in our minds, and in our minds and in our eyes. She is the most beautiful woman in the world.
She does indeed possess more beauty than I.
So does this mean I'm free to... Scene 10, apartment. Go? Where? I don't believe it. I really...
What the hell are you doing?
Rob, oh boy, Rob, do you know how good it feels to be alive?
Not at 4 a.m. I don't. Ugh.
Rob,
How good?
Nothing else matters. Nothing. I feel like I can do anything. Life, Rob, life, that's what's important.
That's great, Shin, really great. Now, will you shut up and go to bed?
Oh, this isn't over, Rob. No, not by a long shot.
This is too much enthusiasm for a pre-coffee morning chat.
Rob, we have got to stop her, and I think I know how. We've got to get some investors and then rent an office space and then get some dedicated people. I mean, how about her old college buddies? I don't think any of them have landed the professional gigs yet.
Look, Shin, you do all that. I'm going back to bed.
Maybe if we expanded on the idea of my little beauty here, we could really give Kelly and Sons a run for their money. What do you think, Rob?
I think you need to be committed.
I am. Scene 11, announcement.
The nominees for Best Animated Cartoon Series are Alan Peterson for Chevy's Kids, Michelle Ramos for Young Musketeers, Jenny Shazman for Lego World, and Shen Erzad for Zobid. And the winner is... Sean Erzad for Zobid.
Hello, Jenny.
Shan,
I suppose you know why I'm here in your office.
enlighten me.
I won the Emmy Award for Best Animated Cartoon Series, and you did not.
I'm aware of that fact.
Oh, that's right. You were there, weren't you?
No need to be so condescending, Mr. Arizad.
Yes, there is. You wanted to kill me at one point, and right now I want to be condescending. And now I can have anything I want, can't I?
Yes,
As many wishes as I want, right?
yes.
Wonderful. All right, let's start with the most important thing, shall we? First, I command you to remove all subliminal messages from all animated cartoons created by Kelly and Sons.
Done.
So much for your schemes of world domination. Next, I want you to give due credit to all the people who really created all the cartoon series by Kelly and Sons.
Done.
Next, pay off all my debts.
Done.
Oh, and I want my old apartment back. Kind of like the place.
Done.
Next, I want 1 million tax-free dollars in my business account to fund my new animation company.
Done.
Yes! You know, I was kind of thinking of asking for Maria back, but you know, I don't think I really need her anymore.
Anything else?
Anything else? What?
Anything else, Master?
No, that's all for now. But if I need you again, we'll just polish my award.
I told you he'd outwit you.
Yes, but he couldn't have if it wasn't for you and your subtle suggestions like a videotape queued up to just the right place. And, oh, just do a drawing, Shan. You'll feel better.
I felt sorry for the guy. You were really starting to get to him. And he did have to put up with my sandwiches.
All right, fine. You win this one.
Yes!
Here you are.
Oh. Thank you. Tuna, lettuce, tuna salad, lettuce, extra mayonnaise. On sourdough. Wow.
Quite honestly, I will never understand your fascination with my sandwiches.
My dear Jenny, you make the best sandwiches in the entire universe, throughout all space and time. I've been waiting for this sandwich for 8 years. And you know what? It was worth the wait.
Indeed.
Say, don't you ever get tired of being the bad genie? You know, leeching off others' creativity and taking credit for someone else's work, occasionally killing people to get in your way.
No? Don't you ever get tired of being the good genie, gently manipulating humans to greater feats of ingenuity and passion?
Hell no. That was pretty good work, though, wasn't it?
Yes, brilliant.
No need to be so sarcastic, but it was genius, wasn't it?
There is no need to rub it in.
Victory tastes so good. Hey, what do you say to another game?
Same stakes?
Control of the world? All right. But this time, if I win, I want smoked salmon and lettuce and tomato and bacon and avocado on Dutch crunch.
You drive a hard bargain, Mr. Dubon.
Yep. Hey, that was almost funny. You actually kind of made a joke.
I'm not totally devoid of humor.
I guess not. There must be hope for you after all.
Indeed. And perhaps there is hope for you, Mr. Dubon.
What do you mean?
Don't you think pitting the fate of the world against a mere sandwich is a bit extreme.
My dear genius, you have no sense of priorities.
Curtain. Huzzah! All right, everyone, cast, come back out. That, ladies and gentlemen, that is our show for this evening. A big hey applause to all of you. Give yourselves a great big hand. So let's have everyone introduce themselves, starting from my left. Joe.
I am Joe Ambrosio, and this is my first Zoom and/or acting.
All right. Yelena.
Hi, I'm Yelena Segal, and I'm an actress from Sebastopol, California.
All right. Steve.
I'm Steve Bromer, and I'm a physician in Guerneville, California.
All right. Jake.
Hi, I'm Jake Hamlin, and I'm an actor in Guerneville, California, and Monterey, California.
Woo. Hey, and Paul.
I am Paul Menconi, and I live the life of Riley right here in Sebastopol, California.
Thanks to Joe.
Fantastic. So I asked on Zoom if anyone had any questions for the cast.
The class, yes.
But they had some people just say clap, clap.
Clap, clap.
No questions for the cast. So I just want to say before we sign off, thank you all very much for joining us. I am going to kill the live stream. Cast, if you could hang around for just a second, for just a minute. And but in the meantime, give yourselves another round of applause. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been a production of Priorities of Genius. You have just now seen the world premiere of it. I hope you enjoyed the show.